Hey, it's your man StyleCon coming at you today with another video. It's got my little stogie here. Brought out the Grand Seiko. Now let's get into today's video. And that is Rolex purchasing Bucherer was inevitable. I saw this one coming a mile away. Obviously, a lot of watch brands are going to boutiques and things like that so they can make their own money. Not, Nothing wrong with that. You're cutting out the AD, no middleman in between. The profit is all yours. And some of this started off with Tesla. Tesla at one time had showrooms. You could go in and talk to a sales rep and pick up your car. Tesla got rid of sales reps, said, we don't need them. Now, basically, you go direct and you go buy your car from Tesla. Nike, over COVID, they since like the malls were closed, the Foot Lockers, the Finish Lines weren't open, people were buying a lot more from Nike direct. So Nike said, well, wait a minute, I got to sell my sneakers to Finish Line or Foot Locker. Say if it's $100 pair of sneakers, and they say I sell it to them for 50 so they can make profit, pay their employees, pay the mall, things like that. But I don't need to do that anymore. So Nike has actually slashed some of their deals with like Foot Locker, so that way they can keep the money for themselves, which I understand. So now with Rolex doing this, you got your AD in your area, they can go, guess what? We don't have to supply you. I mean, obviously they have contracts, and it could be a good thing and a bad thing. When these contracts run out, they said, hey, we have our own stores now. We don't really need you. We can just discontinue our deals with you, sort of like Swatch. When this big thing went down with their movements and how they were possibly not going to sell them to third parties anymore. I mean, that's their choice. And here it is. Rolex is making a choice to make them more profitable in the long run. When you think about it, you don't have to sell that $5,000 watch to the AD for $3,000 and they make two off the deal. They go, no, we can keep it all to ourselves, which is a good thing. But now it could be a risk too. Obviously you can blame everything on the AD when things fuck up. You go, oh man, I've been on this waiting list for 2 years. Well, I'm dealing with you direct now. Why am I on this list? I'm coming directly to you. I'm not going to the AD, which I realize, okay, we only made 50,000 Submariners this year. We got to sell them to the ADs. But when I come directly to you, like when Tesla, if I buy my car directly from you, now you're going to have to deal with my headaches. If you had a dealership, I go to the dealer and the dealer gets my headaches. So it could be it's an inevitable thing. They want to keep as much money as possible. Rolex, I don't think they've increased, their production. I know they make about 1 million watches a year. And I don't think they've increased it from that, but I'm not 100% certain, but there are ways to check that out. And with that, if you're not going to make more than 1 million watches a year and you want your company to grow, what do you have to do? You're going to have to do something to get more revenue. And by buying these stores, selling direct, keeping all the profits for themselves, they just made themselves that much more profitable. Good Lord, Rolex, do your thing. Even though I'm not a fanboy. And on that note, thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch my video. If you got any questions or comments, as usual, leave them down below. And I will check you out in the next video.